welcome. This is La. I am just doing my daily walk through the farm, from the house to the chicken coop, or at least I call it the chicken compound. Since I have a lot more chickens than when we originally started with. I mean, who knew? Who knew I was going to be a chicken mama, right? Or as I like to refer to myself, as Big Mama here on the farm with all my feather babies. And my daily walk before life begins. At the food cart, thoughts. I'm usually an early riser, but I'm not out here yet. Lately, I've been just getting up early in the morning and talking, trying to really get into my writing again. And I just kind of want to step out here a little bit, take a look around. I love this time of year because all the flowers are out with here, some of my favorite time of the year. And of course, my usual sitting spot is right over there when it's super hot here on Oregon. I don't think people realize it. I didn't realize it until I moved out here, but the sun here is unbearable. It's actually quite hot. And unlike Wisconsin, where I grew up pretty much before I married my husband and moved out here, it burns. I did not realize that. In fact, after I moved out here and family showed up, family came to visit me, and they were just, it was a temperate summer, but this minute they step outside of the shade and that sun is beaming on them, they could not believe it, how hot and how scorching it is. Perhaps it's probably because of the, that we're maybe closer to the sun, as I like to say. But anyhow, yeah, I wanted to just jump on here, say hi to all of you. If you haven't seen my earlier video about the name change, I decided to just go all in and, have some, I wouldn't call it rebrand. Well, you can call it a rebrand, but, just launching the YouTube channel, or at least going on all in on it. And after several videos, I think up until now, I must have just put up, like, the last I checked, about maybe 28 now. And they did, as the experts say, when you do things, you just kind of have to keep recording, keep creating videos. And at some point you will find your voice, you will find what you want to say. And thus why, after my anniversary trip with my husband up to the beautiful San Juan Islands in Washington, in the state of Washington, we have our own archipelago island up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I didn't know that up until about a year ago. And so I was intent on visiting it, but after just kind of taking some time away doing R&R with my husband, I realized many things, and that's why I did a lot of changes to my YouTube channel. But anyhow, wanted to just kind of come in, do a little bit of video chit chat, and kind of enjoy this little spring morning before summer hits. Wanted to just say hi and give you some of the shenanigans that happens on the farm here. The chickens, we typically lock them up behind me, not lock them up, but I close the door, the tiny little door that they come out of every morning from the chicken compound. Part of it is for their own safety. I started doing that actually up until now. No, we've never had any breach of anything up until just about a couple months ago when I found an opossum at night when I went back there to check up on everyone. It didn't harm the chickens. It just actually scurried out. And I know, like they said, it's actually they're more afraid of me than I am of them. But me and creatures, even though I live on a farm, I still don't like it. I'm scared. I don't want to freak them out and then they attack me. You would think that a person living on a farm wouldn't be so afraid of critters and worms, but there's still a part of me, the city girl in me, before I married my husband, that still resides. And so stuff like that kind of freaks me out. So anyway, ever since then, I've been coming up every night, unless we're gone and no one's here, but I've been just closing up that little walkway so that no predator gets in. I feel bad for them because I know they are just doing what they are supposed to do, which is to hunt, find food, perhaps for their babies, but there's no reason why they need to be hurt either. So anytime we catch any of them, whether it's an opossum or a skunk, which we've had, we just pretty much relocate them, or at least I insist and make sure that my husband relocates them somewhere far away from the farm. And then sometimes me, the soft-hearted person in me, just lover of creatures, I just kind of let them wander right past me. I'm sure some of them are moms needing to find food for their babies. And like I said, they have not hurt any of my babies, but so I'm always forever putting a watchful eye on everything. But anyhow, I anyhow, like I said, I just wanted to pop in and say hi and just give you all a brief, quiet moment of reflection that I get every single day when I come out here. I'm never not without any, being just in awe of my surroundings, especially around this time of year when everything is just blooming and life is just great. And the air smells very different from a long winter of just rain. It's getting green, and I'm going to enjoy it because pretty soon when the sun comes out, everything's going to get ugly and orange because of the lack of rain. So, as they say, just taking it as a blessing in every single day. But yeah, in earlier videos, part of my ritual as I come through here is my reflection moment. I step out, you breathe, and then you think about, it's my reminder to just think about not the world, what I have to do, the hustle that I have to deal with on a daily basis, but just to step back a little bit and reflect and give blessings, be grateful for all that's here, and just to be able to just not so much think, but just to stand in I would say maybe one part silence, but just in gratitude, which I'm not always the greatest when things go crazy, or right now where things are kind of a bit slow at the food cart. One part, it's usually that time, but roughly by now things should have been picking up. And I'm keeping a watchful eyes on that. But despite whatever's happening out there, this is really just my moment just to be grateful. And I know I especially needed a lot more or at least I need a lot of reminders. And so being on this farm has done that quite a bit. And when you're dealing and working with livestock, or at least feather babies like I am, my chickens, my ducks, my guineas, you're truly in the moment. And, it's been a great practice for me just to stay in the moment, not worry too much, because they depend on me to make sure they're safe, they're not sick, they need food, they need feeding, they just need quick check over before I start my day and before I allow them to run throughout the whole farm and forage and, find food for themselves before we actually give them. We supplement it with grains and etc. and feed. But it really is just my moment to stand in silence, and also just to stand in gratitude. And so I am grateful that I can do that today, this morning. The weather is beautiful. The sun is popping out, thus I need to protect my eyes. I've been having issues with that, but just to stand in gratitude of the day ahead and just be able to enjoy this moment of silence. And then, of course, here I am jumping, recording a video just as a hi to all of you. But anyhow, this is just, if you need it, here's my reminder to all of you to just think about and show, have a little bit of gratitude wherever you are in life. And it could be the simplest thing, whether it's just breathing or just sitting at the kitchen table just to have coffee. And I hope that you find just a little bit of gratitude in each day, each moment of your life. Anyhow, I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't checked out my video of my name change or the rebranding of my YouTube channel, which used to be Her Midlife Journey, which, yeah, I'm in midlife, but I don't want to admit it yet. So after my trip, yeah, I'm like, nope, I'm changing it over. Started my Substack, everything. I need to get more into writing again. So anyway, thank you. And, like I said, go check out that video. I'll try to link it below when I upload this video. So other than that, have a blessed day, and I will check in with you all soon when I'm not doing these daily route, as I like to call it. All right. Have a great one. Thank you. Take care.